Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for the RIOBOT. I actually don't know what to call this. I have to go and refer to the Amiami, where I got this from. And on their listing, they call this the NERV or NERV versus Kessen Heiki Shiryu prototype unit. So, in a sense, it is a crossover between Evangelion and Godzilla, and we'll just call it Shiryu. And here we go, really nice box. And as much as I hate to say this is going to be a blind review, as always. Meaning I know little or none at all about what I'm reviewing, other than it's awesome. Yeah. But the thing is, it is a prototype, as well as a crossover. I don't think there's really a story behind this. But I'm saying that because I didn't really watch EVA. Yeah, I have zero background in EVA. I do collect some of their figures, especially the NX Edge. I really find their armored suit, not really sure if they're really robot. They're probably not. And they're just cool looking. I like collecting the figures. Godzilla, on the other hand, I watched some of the movies, but I'm not really too deep in that lore. I know what Godzilla is. Yeah, and his origin, but yeah. Well, he does have multiple origins. But here we go. Really nice line art on the back. You got that gloss on the line. Really cool. That is a nice touch. We got the logo, I think, for EVA here, NERV. It's probably the company or the corporation. God's in his heaven, all rights with the world. Some legal jargon on the bottom here. And on to the top, we got the Toho sticker, I think. Licensed by Toho, yep. Since we have Godzilla in there. Let's see. It is one of those sleeve box. So let's just slide this up. There we go. We got Shiryu in there, kind of like a Godzilla figure. Actually, it kind of looks like Kiryu or Mecha Godzilla. And on the back, we got some action shots. There we go. Really cool looking. Anyways, that's it for the box. I'm going to go ahead and open it and let's take a look at figure inside. Alright, so let's do some size comparison before we get into the articulation and all that good stuff. Alright, so about 6.5 inch for Kiryu. Godzilla is about 6. And Shiryu is about 7.25, give or take. So he is a little taller. Now, Shin Godzilla, I still think is the tallest one. Other than Billante and I guess King Ghidorah, they're really tall. Oh, along with the wingspan. But yeah, quite interesting. Now, it is a bit odd comparing it with the SH Monster Arts, but you know, we're talking about Godzilla, or more or less a Godzilla figure, and hence why I'm doing that comparison. Right, so here we go. Just going over the details. It is amazing. You got that nice silver paint finish, along with the gunmetal on the other side. That's really great. Then you have these highlights of the green and orange, or kind of like yellowish orange all throughout. There are actually a little subtle. They're not, you know, like a big chunk patch on the chest or something like that. That I think I can kind of remember the Evangelion colored Godzilla, which it's a little too much. So here, just a little here on the side, and it works out quite nicely for this. Also, we have a little bit of a shading here for the fins. You got silver, then a little bit of gunmetal, then it goes to the blue, purplish blue highlights there, which is a really great thing, especially you know, for Godzilla when it's about to fire up that atomic breath. Really great. Then even have this little fins here on the back leg. That is nice. There are a hinge. There is a, you can actually pop this out. They just pegged in. So something to be careful for, and yeah, definitely keep an eye on those, because sometimes when you move it around, then you kind of put it away. Make sure it's still there, otherwise you might lose that, and that's it. Then we have a really nice NERV patch here on the shoulder. That's quite nice, and it's on both sides. There we go. Got some logos here, even on to the Not sure if you can see that, but for the sides here on the legs or the waist, just little details. Even the forehead here, you got some I don't know, what do you call that, decals. Yep. So overall, it's a very pleasing to look at. Aesthetically, really nice. Right, so going over articulation, I'll start here with the head. You know, the head, it's quite great. You can push it down. Now there is like a little joint there that kind of push this out, or even like so. So it does adjust. Adjust. And that is great. You can look down, look up. Probably look side to side a little bit. Yeah, that is a great neck articulation. Well, except for the side to side part, but still, that is nice. Now, looking back, I don't think he has much clearance on the fins here. That's why he cannot move back, but yeah, definitely that going down is really nice. Now, he has a hinged jaw. You can open that up. Quite great, although there's not much details in the mouth. Yeah, not much there. But still, that is nice. Now, this part here feels like it's free floating, like the side of the fins. Alright, I just have to adjust my lighting. And moving down, you got the shoulder here, which is, I'm trying to see how this thing is made. Possibly a hinge. It looks like a ball joint, but yeah, you got really good articulation on that one. Yeah, that's nice. Even moving outward like that, that is great. Now for the elbow, you got that bend right there, 90 degree. Now this one looks like it's functional, but it does not move. It's still nice that it's there. Right, moving on, you have your wrist, which kind of looks like it's about to pop off. Huh. There is some gap there. Oh, that's a little odd. Yeah, there's a gap here too. I guess that's part of the design. I still kind of find that a little odd, having that gap. But there's that. Then you got your hands here, which a little open. There's a little kind of pose. Although I find this, you know, this having like really thin fingers, I find that a little delicate. Now there is a spare hand, which is kind of like this, a little bit more cup, and we can definitely swap that out. I'll do that in a bit. Moving on for the chest, let's see what kind of articulation we have here. I mean, I think not much. You got a little bit of waist movement there. You can tilt him side to side, which is great. You have a little bit of an up crunch. Okay, you can bend back. And for this fins here, there's quite a bit. Some of them has this hinge that you can see right there that you can move up and down. Same thing here. Same thing here as well. That is great. Then you have this side fins that are ball jointed. Except for this. Actually, articulation stops there. Starts here, ends there, because this other ones are just attached. Moving down, we have your waist, which is quite great. Now I don't see what... Okay, there we go. It's kind of hard to see, but there's probably a ball joint inside there. Now, let's see. Can I do... Feels like I can move this outward a little bit more. Yeah, there's a hinge there. Yep, this is probably the farthest I can do a split. Yep, and definitely you can move it back, front. Get a little bit of a swivel there, just a little bit. Then you got your kind of like your backwards knee, I guess. You can slide this back, and you can even slide it up. So if you can have him like reaching out in this position right here. There we go. Now again, you can move this ones on both sides. Yeah, you can definitely move those. And let's see here. got that joint. Then you have a ball joint ankle, which is great for wide stance. That's always a plus. There we go. Just getting him to balance here. I mean, there is a stand, but sometimes it's nice just being able to balance them for their... Yeah, I think that'll work out. Although I got this thing a little slanted, that's probably why. There we go. Now moving back on the tail here, I got the individually segmented section, even to here. You can see that the gap there up to the tail, which is really nice. Now for the tail, actually before we get there, you can have wide swings. That far up and that far down. Yeah, that is a good bend. Now to swap out the tail, it is in a ball joint, so we end up kind of popping it out. So just hold on to, actually that's not the joint I wanted to pop out. It's a little closer here towards the end. There we go. That's what you wanted to take out. And you grab this end, which is actually installed first. But I kind of want to swap it out. So you got this tail. Now I'm not sure if this tail is supposed to be kind of like an electronic or not electronic, like a heated spike or something of that sort, perhaps. But that's a cool gimmick. And let's see here, for the arms or the hands, we'll pop that out, and we can attach the other hand here. I just want to show that though, because I'm probably going to put it back. And let's see, there we go. So easily swappable, and you only have two pairs, unfortunately. That style right there, that's a little bit more, you know, a cup. Then you have the open one. That's it. Kind of wish there is more, but then again, the Godzilla figures, there's only like two pairs, and even then, you're probably not gonna bother swapping them out. Yeah. Alright, so that's that. Now moving on. Now there is a weapon. Just get him to stand here. There is a weapon. Comes in two blades, and this goes on to the forearm. So let's go ahead and attach those. So for this blade here, which is also nicely painted, we have gunmetal here, and we got some bluish colored hue on the tips. It's an anti-kaiju blade, which is cool. And I guess if this goes against Godzilla, he probably do a lot of damage. Well, maybe. Godzilla is a formidable kaiju. So there is a hinge here, and this is kind of like the attachment. There seems to be two sections there. Either you connect it a little closer to the hand or towards the elbow, and you can kind of see, actually no, there is two slots here. And actually this figure is kind of plagued with nub marks. I've noticed it from time to time, but yeah, like on the back side here, you can kind of see that nub mark. It's not that noticeable, but it's there, and once you notice it, it kind of bugs you. Yeah, it's weird, but regardless, let's go ahead and attach this way. It kind of just slides in, and there you go. I think that locks in place. Now you can also attach it the other way here. And let me see, where's the other blade here? You can attach it facing forward, facing front, and let's see if this is gonna work. There we go. So there's two ways, and that's cool. You can even probably spin around and cut his enemies that way. Alright, so I get him on a nice pose right here. Yeah, that's well, that's not a nice pose, but there. Yeah, really cool. Alright, so this is the typical Sentinel Base Although recently it seems like they're providing a bigger version of it, because before you just get the smaller square, but now you have the corners, making it a lot bigger, and I think that is great. Yeah, giving us more options if ever we want it small or big. And I think for this one, yeah, bigger platform is good. And you can always remove this. You can put some inserts. Unfortunately, they don't provide that, but I mean, we can just probably look some images online, whether it's Godzilla or EVA related or both, and yeah, just kind of put something there. Alright, so how do we attach Shiryu there? Now there's a little tab here. I've tried to remove this for the first time, and it was really difficult. Yeah, the peg was just there. But once you've taken it out, you can probably just wiggle it out. It's still a little difficult doing it the second or third time. Alright, so you got back connection there. You're just going to attach it, wiggle it inside there, and there you go. Now this one, I think it looks a lot better when it's kind of like mid-air pose. Got to stretch out the legs there, got to tilt him a little bit. There we go. Gonna have that blade. Yeah, I think that's a nice pose right there. And let's get the tail out a little bit. Yeah, this is amazing. It's a really cool looking design, and I really like it. And let's see, there we go. Let's just get that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the review. I really recommend it if you have the budget. Now, Sentinel figures are typically expensive. Yeah, that's the drawback, but considering the details, the paint app that went through making this, yeah, it is a really amazing figure. And hence why I really like Sentinel RIOBOT line. Now again, talking back with, or going back with not having diecast, it's a trade-off. And for me, I like it when there's very minimal diecast or not at all, because it makes it a lot easier to post figure. Now in some cases, that placing some diecast on the feet will definitely help in terms of standing, but it just varies on what figure we're talking about. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it for this figure. There's really no other accessories other than those blades, an alternate head, and tail tip. That's it. I still find it a really cool figure. And yeah, hopefully they do some more crossovers down the road. I always find them very interesting. And there you go. If you got questions, yeah, just comment away and I'll try my best to answer those for you. But that's pretty much it, my review for this. It's an awesome figure. If you have the budget, go buy it. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.